Shannon, I'll just ask, just the mindset of the team coming off another tough loss and just knowing you got to press ahead on Sunday at Indiana. Just what are the thoughts, I guess, right now?
As a team, we know none of our games are going to get easier. Indiana's a great team. Their record doesn't show how good of a team they really are, so we all know that coming into the game, we're going to be prepared for them and hopefully be ready to play.
Hey, Shannon, all year it seems that you guys have struggled against zone defenses. Penn State threw one at you that you guys kind of hit a wall against. When you watch film and, obviously experience it, what do you think is holding you guys back from being able to overcome those?
We stop attacking sometimes during the zone. We start throwing the ball around the perimeter and not really get inside the paint at all. We just kind of like a windshield wiper going back and forth to side. We don't really get inside the paint when they throw the zone. So we got to start working on that and being better with that.
Do you think it's just because it's potentially you guys have a hard time driving off the bounce? Or why do you think you guys resort to just throwing it around the perimeter and kind of waiting for a shot to open up?
It's like an easy way out, honestly. We're not trying to take it upon ourselves to make something happen. We're just kind of waiting for a defense to mess up, but we got to make it happen on our own on offense.
Shannon, Thad said after the game the other night, small things win you games and small things lose you games. And tonight the little things lost us the game. Have they shown you in film session what those things were on Thursday night?
Yeah, from like little turnovers, rebounding, not converting in transition, those little things. So it always costs us the game. Having 2-3 points back, we can win the game. So if we take care of the ball a little bit more, we rebound a little bit more, we convert a little more in transition, we're going to win games.
Does it seem to you that more so than the last two teams that you've played on here, that this one has a smaller margin for error, so you have to be sure to take care of those things?
Yeah, we definitely do. We don't have a Jared Sullinger or Deshaun Thomas this year, but we know that we can still accomplish a lot of our goals if we just do the right thing. We cut down on all our little mistakes.
Not having Deshaun Thomas and Jared Sullinger this year, you guys had for the last few years, how much tougher do you find not having them is in half-court sets?
It's not really a tough thing. They're kind of a bailout, though. When in doubt, we can throw the ball inside, they can make something happen. Amir's a great player down there. We can throw the ball inside of him, he'll make something happen. But we just got to be more careful with our mistakes and try to make the most of our opportunities when we get them.
I know it's late in the season, but do you kind of feel like this team sometimes is still trying to figure out how to, live without that bailout?
I don't think we're trying to figure out how to live without it, but sometimes we look for it, but we got to know that it's not there. We just got to make plays on our own and be basketball players out there.
You guys got another road game tomorrow, obviously, and then you have a week off before you play Michigan State senior day here. How important is it just to get the win tomorrow after falling on Thursday?
It'll be a great winning point for us. We know that going into Michigan State, we need some energy. We're going to have a lot of enthusiasm, all that stuff when we go into that game. So getting a win against Indiana is going to be a big thing for us. We got to make sure we do whatever we can to make sure we accomplish that.
And you're right on the borderline from getting the 4 or 5 seed for the Big Ten tournament. Has that been discussed at all? Have you guys brought it up, or you just kind of know about it?
We know about it, but we don't really talk about it, though. We're not trying to think about the Big Ten tournament right now. We know if we won our games, that our last 2 games, we're going to be good. We're going to be in a good situation, but we don't want to really think about that right now.
Shannon, you guys won 6 out of 7 since the last time you lost to Penn State. Things are starting to feel normal around here. You guys got back into the rankings and whatnot. How much of a setback do you think this is for this team, not just for goals and stuff and all the stuff that's ahead, but maybe just even an emotional thing?
It cuts us deep losing another game, but we can't really dwell on it. It's too late in the season to start dwelling on our mistakes. We can't really just say we lost the game and then it's going to be the end of the world. There's not the time for that right now. We got to all be men and move on from that and just make the most of our next games.
Shannon, it's the only time you guys are playing Indiana. Just Yogi Ferrell, it seems like he's really stepped up his game from a year ago. Just what do you see that's different about the way he's having to attack things and their backcourt in general? They're having a pretty good year.
I think Yogi's one of the best players in the country. I feel like he's not getting enough credit for the things he does on the court, but they have a great backcourt. We know that we have to really defend them if we want to win this game, and they can single-handedly beat us if we don't do that.
Shannon, when you guys were down at the end, as you usually do, you get real aggressive with the pressure defense. You got that steal to help get you guys back to have a chance to win the game. Could you guys do that more? Play, sort of a full court pressure style of defense for 10 minutes of the game, 20 minutes of the game. Is that a possible option for you guys, or is it just too hard physically, to try to spend that much energy on defense?
I think we definitely need to. We got to be more aggressive on defense throughout the whole game except the last 2 minutes. But the way the fouls are being called, we didn't want to start putting the other team on the free throw line because we were in foul trouble the whole game. So we don't want to be too aggressive at first, but when the game came down to the end, we had to really step it up.
But so that you think that's one of the main considerations of the foul aspect of it.
We don't really know how the fouls are going to be called until the game actually happens. So you get too aggressive while fouls are being called, and you're just going to put yourself in a bad situation throughout the whole game.
Physically, do you think you guys could do it though for 20 minutes?
We condition all the time. Coach Richardson, so we're all ready for that. We can do it if we need to.
Does Indiana give, especially since you're playing them for the first time, you've got a 2-day prep, do they give you a lot to prepare for? It seems like they switch defenses a lot. I'm not sure how many sets they run on offense, but is this team a lot to prepare for for the first time in a short amount of time?
It definitely is. They're going to be a tough team to play against, but we know that they're going to go from man to zone, back and forth in one possession. So we got to be ready for that and just prepare for everything.
I'm sorry. No, the thing that was brought up earlier about attacking the zone, it seems like the one thing you guys don't do enough of is play through the middle. Like if LeQuentin is in the high post or something, where you can pass through the middle of the zone and he can. Is there a reason for that?
No, we're not seeing it all the way the whole time. There's been possessions where 3 players are running one play and then 2 players running a different play. So we got to have a better focus when we're on offense, especially against the zone, and make the most of that.
Sam, before the Penn State game, I'm sorry, I'm thinking ahead. When Sam and Q were here before the Penn State game, they said this is a changed team. We know what we did wrong. We know what we have to do. Where does the translation from you know what you have to do and how to do it to being on the court and doing it? Where's that translation? Is there something lost in there, knowing what to do, then being on this court and things starting to fall apart?
We can say whatever we want when we're off the court, but we got to go on the court and actually make it happen. If you don't make it happen, it's just a whole bunch of words. It has no meaning to it. So we all understand that. We all got to remember that before we go on the court and take our game out there.
Hey, Shannon, I'm just wondering, how different is it for you on the floor when you're playing and going through everything, when you're alone on the floor and when Shannon's on the floor? Aaron's on the floor.
Were you again?
Yeah.
We need his placard.
It's not too much different. I played with him for the last 3 years now, so I understand what he does and what I need to do when he's on the court and when he's off the court. So it's not too much of an adjustment anymore.
But when you're on the floor alone, do you kind of feel, when there's one point guard on the floor, does that kind of free you up a little bit? Does that make your job easier? Are you more aggressive? Is there anything different?
I want to say I'm more aggressive. I try to figure out what I need to do with the 4 other players around me, like what they're capable of and what I need to do in that situation. When they're on the floor, I know I don't have to bring the ball up that much or have too much pressure on me dribbling the ball. So, I just understand that.
I just want to go back to one thing you just said with attacking the zone. 3 players running one play and 2 players running another. When you're 30 games into a season, is that hard to understand how that happens?
Yeah, it's just a focus thing. We all got to be on the same page throughout the whole game. We're not going to win games, and that's clearly what happened against Penn State.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.